It's now being widely reported that President Trump will indeed ban all trans service people from the military on day one of his administration. And this report comes as wokeness as a whole appears to be imploding literally everywhere. We're going to see what's really behind this trans ban and what it means for the future of wokeness in our nation. I'll give you a hint: if you're woke, it ain't good. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help celebrate the rise of the new golden age that you made happen on November the 5th. So if you want to stay informed on everything involving the rise of a new conservative age, both here and abroad, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we dive in here, gang, I've got some thrilling news to share with you. Buy Optimizer's Black Friday mega sale is in full swing, and it's not just a one-day thing. It's happening actually all throughout the entire month of November. This mega deal is available only for my audience, only with my promo code, so listen up carefully to the end. Now, you already know that I have unwavering trust in Bioptimizers, as I always mention Magnesium Breakthrough and the Masszymes and Mushroom Breakthrough. These guys are the real deal. Plus, they back up their products with a rock-solid 365-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I know we all have those never-ending Black Friday wish lists, but this year, I challenge you to put your health at the top of that list. Now is the time of the year when you fill up your shopping carts and stock up on Bioptimizer's goodness. Head on over to bioptimizers.com/Turley and then enter code Turley at checkout to get discounts plus access to $100 in free gifts with purchase. Trust me when I say this, you won't find a better Black Friday deal. Not even on the company website, not even on Amazon. Choose health over unnecessary things this Black Friday. Click on that link below right now. President-elect Donald Trump is reportedly planning on issuing an executive order on day one of his presidency that would effectively ban transgender individuals from serving in the U.S. military. The order would mandate the immediate discharge of thousands of transgender personnel who are currently serving. According to estimates, there are upwards of about 15,000 transgender service members currently serving who would then be, in turn, medically discharged under the new executive order, effectively labeling them unfit for duty. This, of course, is all part of Trump's crusade to rid the entire military of any and all woke influences, most especially woke generals who've reportedly imposed DEI standards on the nation's armed forces. And this, of course, would not be the first time Trump has done this. In his first term, he signed an executive order banning transgender people from serving in the military. That was in response to Barack Obama's previous executive order that allowed for trans military personnel. That order was set to go into effect in January of 2018, but it was stopped by President Trump. And then that ban, of course, was lifted by Joe Biden. And now it is about to be reinstated, but now with 15,000 discharges attached to it. What's happening here is very interesting. In fact, I think it's nothing short of an inflection point in our culture. And I want to dive deeper into what's really going on here, what's really behind this ban, because it's so much more than just a military ban. Now, if you've been following this channel for some time, and if not, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. But if you've been following this channel for some time, you'll know that I've made the extended argument that the secret sauce to Trump's landslide win was the way he pivoted left on economics while at the same time pivoting right on culture. He pivoted left on economics while at the same time pivoting right on culture. So pivoting left on economics involved embracing more pro-union, pro-tariff, pro-New Deal, FDR economic policies that effectively realigned both the white and non-white working class voter around him. So he was able to, in effect, shatter the Democrat labor base by basically stealing the blue-collar working class voter that delivered him all 7 of the swing states, right? Each swing state, if you don't know, each swing state has a higher percentage of working class voters than the nation as a whole. And Trump's pivoting left on economics enabled him to shore up that voter overwhelmingly, which gave him the sweep of the swing state 7. But at the same time, Trump pivoted right on culture. And we talked about this on our live stream Friday broadcast. Take any woke issue you want, anyone out there, biological men using women's restrooms, biological men competing in women's sports, transgenders serving in the military, CRT in the classroom, just any issue. Take any woke issue you want. You poll that issue, guaranteed you're going to find that it splits the left right down the middle. 50% of the left support that woke issue, but 50% of the left will oppose it. The Bill Maher left, the Piers Morgan left, they will oppose that woke issue. So woke issues split the left. But this is key. Poll that same political issue with the political right. And you'll find that the political right 100% opposes it. So woke issues split the left while uniting the right. That's how Glenn Youngkin was able to win Virginia. He made the insane wokeness that was pervading Virginia's school boards a central issue and forced the Democrat Terry McAuliffe to basically split his support down the middle, all the while galvanizing a united right. In other words, more people are likely to vote against a woke issue than they are to vote for it. So what does all of that mean? Bottom line, it means that wokeness is simply no longer politically viable anymore. I'll say that again because I think that's so key to understanding what's happening in our culture right now, why this is such an inflection point. Wokeness is no longer politically sustainable, precisely because of those splitting dynamics. Precisely because wokeness splits the left and at the same time unites the right. Because of that, woke issues are no longer politically viable anymore. Take, for example, what we've been seeing of late from none other than Bud Light. Oh, poor Bud Light, right? They've just released their second commercial featuring the pro-Trump comedian Shane Gillis. Bud Light has completely reversed itself. It has totally turned its back on all things woke. Of course, after that disaster of a marketing campaign featuring the trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney, how could they not? But at the same time, what's so interesting is that the British car company Jaguar is actually learning this lesson the hard way. They just put out an ultra woke ad, so they're actually doubling down on wokeness. But that's woke ad is getting mocked all over social media. Check it out. And at the same time all of that's happening, Republican Representative Nancy Mace has effectively led a campaign to ban Sarah McBride, the first trans representative, from using the women's restrooms on Capitol Hill. Again, gang, you just have to let this hit you. Were this 4 years ago? All of this, literally all of it it'd be unthinkable. And that's because wokeness had reached peak unassailable political strength at that point. BLM was the most powerful political force in the nation. Social media accounts were being canceled all over the place. Twitter and Facebook were relentlessly and mercilessly policing speech online. Wokeness pervaded the schools, the classrooms, the education boards. It pervaded the boardrooms of corporations all across the country. Human resource meetings were reading CRT books and all. It pervaded the military with the approval of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley. It was the peak of wokeness literally everywhere 4 years ago. And now it's the brunt of jokes. It seems that ever since the Dylan Mulvaney marketing fiasco with Bud Light, wokeness literally became toxic. It became poison. No one wanted to go near it. Wokeness is literally collapsing everywhere we look. And I would argue it's largely because it's completely lost its political leverage, precisely because of that twofold dynamic of splitting the left while uniting the right. The only leverage wokeness ever really had was intimidation. At that high point 4 years ago, people were scared to death to violate woke norms because any violation was immediately seen as a form of heresy, right? That's one of the key characteristics of wokeness. It does not allow you any form of dissent from any of its premises, any of its claims. You're not allowed to even remotely come across as a racist, a bigot, a sexist, all kinds of phobic. You get accused of anything like that, you're going to lose your job. You ain't going to feed your family. It was that wicked. You get excommunicated. That's basically what it was. It was a weird kind of fundamentalism. And that kind of fear and intimidation was the only leverage that wokeness had, as it turns out. And now it's gone. And it looks like the whole of the woke nightmare is coming to a cataclysmic end. That is what I think is behind all of this. That's what I think is behind the trans military ban. That's what's behind the about face by Bud Light. That's what's behind all the mocking and ridiculing of the Jaguar car company. That's what's behind the unwavering backlash against this new trans congressperson. It's all reflective of political dynamics that have simply rendered wokeness as no longer politically viable. Which means that it does look like the fad of wokeness has finally and mercifully come to a decisive end.